Where's north from here?
Alright there trainers, how's it going? Now, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon have the potential to turn literally everything we know about Alola on its head. They are set in an alternate universe. It takes place at the same time as Sun and Moon, and it is the Alola region, but it is an alternate story. And one big change that pretty much everyone is expecting is the inclusion of gyms and a more traditional Pokemon League. You know, the one that we're used to from every single game prior to Sun and Moon. And to be honest with you, I'd actually really like that. I miss the old way of doing things. I love the inclusion of the trials and how they did what they did in Sun and Moon. It was really, really fresh and new and exciting and interesting. But I do miss the whole beat 8 gyms, get 8 badges, beat the Pokemon League structure of the older games. It's what I've known since I first picked up Red and Blue like 18 years ago, so I do miss it. The main reason we all expect this to happen is because there's a lot of unused spaces in Sun and Moon. And I don't just mean like how in X and Y there was the power plant and there was like that train station that went to nowhere. I mean there's literally blank gaps in towns, big squared off areas for somewhere to go, and the most notable one is what we saw in the demo with the Machamp stood in the middle, which was clearly a reference to that guy in Vermilion City in Red and Blue, where, you know, where he has the Machop walking around to stomp out the dirt and level the ground for a construction site. The actual Machamp is a reference to that, but the space isn't. That is there for a reason. You can tell this from the map of Alola. These little gaps are clearly visible on the map. Now, why would they go into that much detail to put them on there? Like, visibly have gaps on the map if they weren't there for a reason. You all know where I'm going with this. These gaps are where the gyms would go. They're on every single island in most of the main cities as well, so it all seems to add up. Game Freak love to tease things to the next game in their current game. So we had the strange souvenir in X and Y, which was a huge tease for Sun and Moon. And I've already mentioned how Kahunas makes an appearance in Sun and Moon and doesn't come back at all in that game. And then now we have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon with the whole prospect of fusing Pokemon heavily implied. And that was what Kahunas was all about in Black 2 and White 2. So I think these spaces, they have to be for something, and the most logical thing that I and pretty much everyone else in the Pokemon community can come up with is gyms. So yeah, let's assume that we are going to have gyms in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Who are the gym leaders going to be? Well, most obvious is the trial captains. However, there's only 7 of them. Ilima, Lana, Kiave, Mallow, Sophocles, and Acerola all have trials that we can take on in Sun and Moon. And then there's Mina, who is the fairy type trial captain, you know, the artist. And you battle her, but she doesn't actually have a trial that we can take on. Then the dragon trial doesn't actually have a captain. Now Acerola is actually part of the Elite Four in Sun and Moon, and I don't think that's going to change in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I mean, you could have the Kahunas as the Elite Four, but Hapu and Olivia are both really weak to water and grass, so that would really unbalance the Elite Four, so I don't think that would work very well. And to be honest, the Elite Four in Gen 7, how it is already, is really good. I am quite fond of it. It's one of my favourite Elite Fours. So hopefully she would stay in the Elite Four and not become a gym leader. So now we're left with 6 captains being the gym leaders, and this is the order I think they'd go in. So who would the 6th and the 8th gym leaders be? Well, I think Hapu would be the 8th gym leader. I think the idea of Kahunas would definitely stay, because that is just part of Alolan culture, that you have a leader of each island. And I don't see a reason why she couldn't be a Kahuna and a gym leader if the others could be Elite Four members. And it would be really cool if we kept the whole thing where you sort of meet her halfway through the second island, and she always comes back into the story like in Sun and Moon, and then you have the whole thing where she becomes the Kahuna, and It would just be awesome that you go through this little story with her and she's like, oh, I'm a Kahuna now. Oh, by the way, I'm also the 8th gym leader. Let's go. So I think that would be pretty nice. In terms of the 6th gym leader, well, equally, if Hapu could be a Kahuna and a gym leader, then so could Nanu. This would be great because we'd finally have a dark type gym leader. If this is an alternate story and we're turning everything on its head in terms of trial captains and all that stuff, then why not? Why not have a dark type gym leader? I know there are loads of theories out there saying why there's no dark type gym leaders previously, but come on, it would be so good. I've wanted a dark type gym leader for so long, and hopefully, Touchwood, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon deliver that. However, Nanu doesn't really seem to care about being a Kahuna, so I can't really see him actively wanting to be a gym leader, never mind an Elite Four member. However, there is another character that might fill this slot. In my first Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon video, I said how I think Kahunas is going to play a huge part in the story. But there's another character from Gen 5 that made a cameo in Sun and Moon, and that is Grimsley, who is part of the Elite Four in Unova. Grimsley can be found on Ula Ula Island, which is where Nanu is the Kahuna, and he gives you the Sharpedo Pokeride that allows you to get to Po Town, which is where you first meet Nanu. So they're pretty much in the same area anyway. Well, why is Grimsley in Alola? Well, Pokemon Insider did a video about this a while ago, explaining that he thinks Grimsley is there in order to train and get stronger. And I can't think of a better way for him to train and get stronger than being a gym leader. I mean, think about it. As a gym leader, he'd battle so many more trainers than he would as an Elite Four member, because it's not just you and your rival that's taking on the gym challenges in Pokemon. Every single trainer you meet on Victory Road has 8 gym badges, but not every single trainer gets through Victory Road, and not every single trainer gets 8 gym badges. So gym leaders would battle loads more people than Elite Four members would. I don't think this will happen, but I would love it if Grimsley was a gym leader. I think it would be so cool. We've already got Colress coming back, hopefully, so why not have Grimsley come back and play a bigger part as well? That's all from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comment section below, do you think we'll get gyms in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? And if we do, who do you think the 8 gym leaders are gonna be? If you liked this video, then hit that subscribe button to see more stuff from me, and I will see you all in the next video. But in the meantime, keep training and have a good one. See ya!